A busy, bustling Friday night outside a new downtown Miami bar. But nearly 24 hours prior, Miami police and first responders rushing to treat a woman who was stabbed.
In a parking lot of the rear, reference a female stab.
Police say it all started with a bar fight over a seat.
You were at the bar with some friends. Your feet are tired from a recent workout. You reach to sit in a chair that's nearby and empty. What seems like a natural and voluntary act leads to a bigger situation.
A busy, bustling Friday night outside a new downtown Miami bar. But nearly 24 hours prior, Miami police and first responders rushing to treat a woman who was stabbed.
In a parking lot of the rear, reference a female stab.
Police say it all started with a bar fight over a seat inside the studio at Maple and Ash, a new bar that opened about a week ago. Now these two friends, Samantha Davis on the right and Jasmine Paisley on the left, are facing aggravated battery and resisting an officer charges. According to an arrest report, Davis got up to use the restroom and Paisley stayed behind. The 38-year-old victim sat in Davis's seat. Paisley tells her to move, but the woman refused. When Davis returned, tensions escalated and a fight started. The victim says she was stabbed. According to officers, even after Davis and the victim were separated, Paisley continued hitting her multiple times. While the victim was being treated there just below the bar, the two women accused of assaulting her tried to run away, and after a brief chase, were caught and cuffed. Video shows the victim alert and walking before being taken to the hospital. Police say she had a 2 to 3 inch slash on her back.
So I looked up this place that the fight took place in. During the day, certain places look a little bit better, more put together than they do at night. Some places look very upscale during the day. Come nighttime, you think you're in the upside down. Especially when you hear about a story like this, someone getting stabbed, you assume this is a nightclub, some rinky-dink dive bar. But this spot is actually very bougie. For example, they got $25 drinks, signature cocktails, $14 edamame, which to me is pretty crazy. But overall, that should give you the idea this is a very bougie, high-end spot. Which is even crazier of a establishment that two egos would collide like this. Over an extra seat, nobody wanted to sit down, put their egos aside, and just simply ask the bartenders or whoever for an extra seat. On top of that, none of these ladies took any shame in what happened. Like, just the idea of you're in public, this is a very vibrant place, it just open, nice atmosphere, you're in Miami freaking Florida, and the first thing that comes to your mind is this. Can you imagine being in a nice place put together just like this one, and the first thing that comes to mind is, I'm gonna stab this person? On top of that, over a chair, a simple bar chair. Nothing fancy, no VIP, no nothing, just a chair at the bar. But unfortunately, this is another example of, you don't know who you're arguing with or where they're willing to take things. I've been covering a lot of these stories, reading a lot of stories where you don't know who you're talking to, the person across from you. They're willing to make very long-term decisions off of something that you may deem to be a very small issue. And now especially we're seeing a lot of women who are ready to escalate things like these. I almost got into a situation like this a couple years ago in Orlando, Florida. Crowded bar, Friday night, things are, very vibrant. Accidentally bumped into a girl, apologized, tried to explain to her, hey, it's a crowded bar. Your friend has a little bit of space to her to the right. She was ready to fight, man. This 5'4", 115-pound person was ready to fight, ready to brawl. Mind you, I'm 6'6", 240 pounds. Like, it didn't matter. But that's the point, some people don't use logic, especially they get alcohol into them. Anything wild can happen. So be safe out there. But what did you guys think about today's story?